and welcome to our at-home program for today. We are geared up for Christmas, and as you can see, I have a gift idea sitting right here next to me from our great friends at the Jordan Banana Company. Pat and Doug and Freddie and all the gang over there, and Mr. and Mrs. Jordan, who are good friends of mine, are very special people and have been with us from the beginning of At Home, which is 3.5 years, hard to believe. But this is just one of the ideas that they can do for you, and I always tell them, show me something that is a gift possibility. This is not a fruit basket, this is a vegetable basket. You can see there's green onions, there's carrots, here's some garlic, there's potatoes, there's tomatoes. Turning it around, there's even a big head of cauliflower. There's, radishes, red peppers, green peppers. Beautiful idea. And not only do we have a vegetable basket, but back here on the other cabinet is the traditional fruit basket. And this is beautiful. As you can see, golden, delicious apples and big oranges, tangerines, there's bananas, a little bit of everything. They do such a fine job of fruit and vegetable baskets, and that's our good friends at the Jordan Banana Company. And one of their special people in the Jordan family is my guest today, and she's going to be doing part 1 of our Christmas cookies. Sorry, she's going to be doing part 2 of Christmas cookies, and her name is Patti Macy. If you've watched At Home, if you've watched our Christmas specials that we've done on Getting Together, you know every year she's a part, because this lady is one good baker. I want to tell you, she does this all year long, not just Christmas. She does it all year long. She bakes special orders, cakes, cookies. Her house always smells like the Sugar Plum House, just someplace you want to visit because it always smells good. And her children, her husband Andrew and her children are always a very big part of it too. And so she's going to be a part of this program today, baking some cookies that you're going to want to bake for your holiday pleasure. I want to thank the lady that sent me this beautiful Christmas apron. Isn't this pretty? Look at this. This is a nice apron. I want to thank her. This is from Carol Olszewski, I believe it is, and I appreciate her thinking of me. And she said, Arlene, this is something I want you to have. Merry Christmas. And I say, look at that, holidays at home. What a nice name, At Home, right? Thank you, Carol. I really appreciate this very much. This is the time of the year when thoughtfulness comes into play. And when you're thinking of others and you're thinking of what can I give, what can I do, sometimes gifts are not just things, they're services. Maybe sitting with someone for a couple of hours in an evening, or helping someone do some work at their house, or lay a new floor for them, or just those types of things. Giving comes from your heart, and whether it's a thing that you make, a thing that you buy, or a thing that you do, those are all gifts. And you say, well, Arlene, I don't have any money to even bake cookies, or I don't have money to buy gifts. But you can do something that doesn't require money or finances. You can do a special service or a deed. Or how about a coupon for a free spaghetti dinner and have folks come to your house and you prepare the spaghetti dinner for them? Those are great gifts, and those are always enjoyable. And you can cash them in anytime you want. It can be now, or it can be in the middle of June, or it could be next September, whenever. But those are fun things to do. Well, we're going to be back with Patti Macy, and we're going to get started with her special presentation of Christmas cookies in just a minute. We'll be right back after the hint. Here's today's at-home Christmas hint. If your Christmas cookies are spreading too much when baking, allow the baking sheets to cool completely before baking each batch of cookies.
If you have an at-home hint, a favorite recipe, or just a friendly greeting you'd like to share, we'd like to hear from you. Post it in the comments of this video or visit our Facebook page.
Well, we're back, and welcome, Patti. It's always nice to see you. This is one of my favorite people. She's our sweetheart, and we always have a good time together, don't we?
Oh, of course.
And you feel right at home in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Because
too much at home.
That's where you spend all your time, right?
Right.
She has a neat house because she and her husband, he's customizing the house so that all the baking she does, she's got a big area in her basement, really nice. And don't you get tired of baking?
Sometimes. sometimes, but I really do like it.
Because I know what the holidays are like at your house. I mean, this
it can be
girl
rough.
probably bakes like almost nonstop, just a few hours of sleep per night, and she's got all her little helpers there working. It's a horrendous time, but
Yeah, it's fun though. We have a good time. We
have a
really
good
do. We
time.
have a lot of fun. The kids have fun. I have them peeling Hershey Kisses.
helping
and,
you out.
Yeah,
Sure.
everybody works.
Everybody works. Andy's working, the kids,
Right.
everybody. What are you going to make for us today?
Okay, I'm going to make, it's called Russian torts.
Russian torts.
Right. It has nut and apricot filling.
It's a layer type cookie?
Yes.
Okay.
It has layers of dough. It's really good. It's different. It's a little bit of time, a little bit of work involved. But
It's worth it though, isn't
it's
it?
worth it. Everyone loves them.
Okay, and she uses the big mixer to mix her dough. Now you can do this by hand. It's just
Right.
easier if you have a nice big
Yeah, it
mixer.
saves a lot of time.
It sure does. Okay, what are we doing first?
Okay, first
I'm gonna
we're
light
going to
this
have
up
to
here.
add some
Some water? Okay.
water.
And just go through the ingredients,
Okay,
what we have here.
4 cups of flour, three sticks of margarine, 4 egg yolks, 1/4 cup of milk, and we'll have some yeast.
Okay.
A few seconds.
Consider that, okay,
That's
just to
probably
warm it up
enough.
a little bit.
Yeah, because we have to melt the...
I always worry that I don't get the yeast warm enough. But you really don't have to
No, I don't think you really have to.
worry too much. It pretty much activates, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Just stir it up so it's
Okay.
dissolved. Okay. And then you let that sit a few seconds.
Because that kind of proofs it a little bit, right?
Right. And then you add 3 sticks of butter or
Now, do you use
margarine.
butter or
I use margarine. I like
Okay.
margarine better.
Would it change the flavor if you used butter?
I don't think it would, but I really don't know. I've never
Okay,
used.
you never did. Okay.
Okay, and then you add your 4 cups of flour.
To the butter.
Right.
Okay. Because this is like a pastry more than a batter, isn't it?
Right.
And should the butter be cold or room
No,
temperature?
it's better to use room temperature. It mixes
Mixes
easier.
easier, huh? And that's 4 cups of flour?
Right. 4
Okay.
cups of flour. And then,
And you're just
how do we
bring it down.
bring it down?
Yeah. This is
Okay.
the speed over on this side.
Okay, and just mix that up.
Okay.
And while that's mixing, you add your 4 eggs.
4 egg
the
yolks.
yolks.
Okay.
Just the yolks. Because
Okay.
you need the whites for the meringue that goes on top.
Okay.
Okay. And then you could add your milk,
How much milk is that?
1/4 cup of milk.
1/4 cup. All right.
And you add that.
Just do it slowly, huh?
Yeah.
It's
So
amazing how a dough forms, isn't it? I'm always amazed. I really
Yeah.
am. Because sometimes you think this is never going to work, and then it does.
It does.
While you're doing that, I'm going to get the one you've prepared, okay?
Okay.
How long would you let that go?
Just a few seconds. It doesn't take long for it to mix up. It only takes a few seconds for
Then
it to
do you have
mix.
to let it raise?
No, this doesn't rise at all.
Okay.
Even with the yeast in it, you don't need it to.
Wonderful.
See how it's mixing up nice?
It's gathering in the pan.
Yeah, it's perfect.
All right.
Okay, and what's nice about a mixer is you don't have to, if you do it by hand, you have to knead it all out.
But you
with
don't
the
with the mixer.
you don't have
right.
to. So it
Okay,
really
now let's
saves.
say that that's probably done.
Yeah, it is
And
done.
how many parts would you divide that into?
You roll it into 3 balls. And,
3 balls,
right.
okay.
And then
For time purposes, we know what to do with that. Would you refrigerate it or anything?
No, you don't have to
just
refrigerate
immediately
that.
roll it out. Okay.
Right.
Now, I'm going to help her get, there we go.
Pastry
You can
out.
see these are well-used pans,
Yeah.
but they are, they're
Good,
tempered
sturdy.
to, yeah, they're good sturdy pans. You roll the first ball out
Yeah.
and you line,
you grease your pan. You need a half-sheet cake pan. You grease the pan. You put your first layer of dough on.
Okay.
And then you take your nut filling, which is 3 cups of ground nuts.
Walnuts?
1 cup of sugar and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon.
cinnamon, okay.
And you put it all in except for a tiny little bit, like about 1/4 or 1/2 cup, because you need that for the top.
Okay. You mean you don't add anything to this? It isn't thick, it's just loose
No,
like
it's
that?
loose.
Oh, okay.
It's real nice. It's nice to work with. It's
Yeah, looks like it would be
yeah,
easy.
it is. It's real easy.
Like you told me you make these almost every day?
I make these all the time. They're real popular. Everyone loves them.
Yeah.
I think they like to order them because they don't like to make them, but they like to eat them.
So this would make quite a few.
Oh, this makes about maybe 7, 8 dozen,
Mm-hmm.
depending on how you cut them.
And this is what I like. You do it once, it's done. All you have to do is cut it when it comes out. You're not individual making. This.
And then you add your next layer of dough.
Okay.
And you put that down
Could
here.
you make this in a different size pan, Patty?
You could,
13 by 9, maybe
yeah,
two
you could
13
cut
by
the
9s or
recipe in
something?
half, or you could do two 13
Okay.
by 9. And this here's apricot filling.
No, wait. Somebody said, oh, there's a hole there.
Oh, that doesn't matter. No,
Because
'cause
you're going to cover it, right?
Right.
Okay.
And you put the apricot. I love this apricot filling. It's good.
You buy that at the store,
Yeah, I'd buy
right?
it, and you don't have to make it.
But you
I
could
get-
if you had to, right?
Yeah, if you know how to make apricot
Can you tell
filling.
that she knows exactly what she's doing? Look at
Yeah.
this. I mean, this is not something new. Me, I'd be squirting it everywhere, and it would
Yeah.
probably be everywhere.
So you don't have to use this much apricot, but I
But you like
a
to
lot of
taste it,
apricot.
right?
Yeah. I like them all gooey and messy.
You want to give them your money's worth, too. It's a little
Yeah.
different when you're selling your product.
All right, and then you just spread
Okay.
this out so it's...
If you couldn't get that, could you use those little jars of
Yeah,
apricot?
you could use the little jars. The bag stuff you can buy at cake and candy stores.
Okay.
A lot of them sell the
Okay,
filling.
okay. And then
So you just smooth that
smooth
out.
it around. Boy, I wish you
That
could
does
smell
smell
that
wonderful,
apricot.
huh?
There's nothing like good old apricot. I really like. You could put pineapple in there, though, couldn't you?
I don't see why not. I've
Yeah,
always made
let's
it
see
with the
others.
nut and apricot, but I
Okay.
don't see why you couldn't. And
Now
then
we're
you
going to go
take
with
your
another one.
third layer of dough.
All right. And you can see how easy it is for her to use. She's not having a struggle with it at all.
And then you just bake it in the oven.
Okay. Now, you don't care about that being flapped over like it. Doesn't matter, huh?
It doesn't really matter.
Now, how long are you going to bake this?
You bake this for approximately half hour, maybe 40 minutes. Keep checking
35?
it. 35, 40. You check it when the top gets golden brown.
Okay,
Then
and what
you know it's
temperature?
done at 350.
Preheated oven, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and then do we want to see what we get?
We have one in here.
Because we're not done yet. She's going to bake this, but you think, well, that's finished. No, that's not it. Because she's going to put a meringue on the top. Maybe I could get the meringue
See,
going
it has
here.
like kind of a
golden
golden
brown.
color.
Looks wonderful.
And then for the meringue, you use the 4 egg whites.
Now, this is a smaller
Yeah, it's a
version of what you're just doing. And you're going to whip those.
Yeah, you whip the egg whites so they get real nice and stiff.
Okay.
And then once they get stiff, you add your sugar,
How much sugar do you add?
10 tablespoons.
Now, should they be real stiff? That should be
Yeah,
real
they should be
stiff.
They should be real stiff.
Okay.
And you add your 10 tablespoons of sugar, and you do it slowly. If you
A little
do
bit
it
at a
too
time.
quickly, it'll... And the egg whites should be at room temperature. They seem
they
to
whip
mix...
up better, don't they? They do.
Yeah. When they're cold, it doesn't work right. Even when you separate your eggs, they
Right.
separate
That's
so much
true.
better at room temperature.
That's true. All right, so that's going to take us a little bit of time. We're going
mix
to
this
take a
up.
break, and when we come right back, we're going to be putting the finishing touches to this. And she's got a couple of more recipes we're going to share with you. We'll be right back.
Do you love watching At Home with Arlene Williams? Then be sure to check out our new YouTube channel. It's filled with classic episodes from over 20 years of At Home, and more videos are added each day. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
Well, we have the meringue ready, and you're starting another cookie. Can I just go ahead and spread this
just
on?
spread that on top and then sprinkle the nuts over top of that.
And then we put it back in the oven
Right.
for how long?
Just for a few minutes, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, just till the meringue
cooks.
browns a little.
Okay. Now tell me, what are you making over there?
Okay.
You've got something in that pan. What's going on?
This is one of my kids' favorite. It's called Buckeyes.
Aha.
All it is you take a stick of margarine, a cup of peanut butter, and you melt it. And once it's melted, you remove it from the heat, and you add powdered sugar.
Okay, you want to bring it over here, Patty? And then that way I'll get out of your way.
Okay, and here's the powdered sugar. There's approximately 2 cups.
Of
There
powdered
might-
sugar.
Yeah, there might be a little, you might need a little more, a little less sometimes. Mm-hmm. These are real easy to make.
So the kids could get involved, huh?
Oh, and the kids love these. They like to make them, they like to eat them.
Isn't it a great time of the year for kids?
Yes.
Christmas, they're so excited. And I know that you have started a tradition at your home on Christmas because you do cakes and everything.
Right.
But your children tell me that you have a birthday cake for Jesus every year.
Yes, we do. Christmas
wonderful.
morning, it's the first thing we do.
That's
We sing
absolutely
happy
wonderful.
birthday.
Well, it keeps them focused, doesn't it?
Yes,
If
it does.
there's the nuts over there, I'm going to retrieve the nuts. I think that,
Yeah.
you know, the celebration is fine, as long as we keep the focus of what the holiday's all about, and that the center of all of everything we do is the Lord.
Right.
And that's important. Okay, now.
Okay, well this is all ready to go. And you just form the peanut butter with the powdered sugar and the butter in it. You just form it into balls.
Into balls, that's all.
You just form it into balls. This is the part that the kids can do. They like to roll the balls up here.
Now, are we going to put some, looks like some that you brought had chocolate. Do we have a
Yes.
chocolate melted? Let me see.
It should.
Let me see if it's in here. About how many does that recipe make?
This is like half of a regular recipe. We'll get about 3 dozen out of this, and a normal recipe will give you about 2 dozen, or about 6 dozen.
6 dozen, okay.
And then you chill them.
Oh, you have to chill them?
And these ones here are already been chilled.
Okay, because you're going to just dip them.
Right, and then you dip them
Where
partway
did they get the
chocolate.
name Buckeye?
I think they look like a Buckeye when they're done.
Because of the chocolate coming. You don't
Right.
cover it completely with
No,
chocolate,
you leave
right?
a little bit of the peanut butter sticking out in it.
Okay, great.
So,
You also have a wonderful recipe that we're going to show you in just a minute. And what are these called?
they're mint chocolate chip cookies that we dip halfway in chocolate.
In regular chocolate or mint
Regular,
chocolate?
no, regular chocolate.
Okay.
You could dip them in mint, but that might be
much-
too
much, huh?
overpowering.
Uh-huh. All right, let me see what's happening here with the chocolate. See if it's melted. Now, these are the little wafer things, right?
Right, and that
you-
melts the best. You can use chocolate chips, but they don't melt as nice.
Okay. Does this need more, do you think?
Yeah,
I would say, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going back in the microwave for a little bit longer. I want to remind everybody out there that indeed, all of the recipes that you've seen today and the last several weeks and next week, which will be our Christmas buffet, are included in our Christmas booklet for this year. And all you have to do is send a self-addressed stamped business-sized envelope with a little gift in there, a little offering of some kind to help us with the printing costs. We're going to tell you the address and tell you more about it at the end of the program. But if you've written last week or the week before, you don't have to write again because everything is included in one easy booklet. You have the whole month's supply of recipes through Christmas, and the way it makes it a little easier. You don't have to keep worrying about, oh, I didn't get last week, or I didn't see it. This way you have the whole month's supply, and hopefully some of those things that you've seen prepared in the recipes in the booklet will be included with your holiday entertaining. Well, it looks like you're
these
moving right
about
along
done,
there.
yeah. They're easy to do.
You can tell she's so fast. I mean, you know, the rest of us would be playing with these little peanut butter balls here, little Buckeyes.
No, I don't have time usually to play around. So I do
Well,
them
maybe
quickly.
we could get started then.
On the other.
Yeah, and then when the chocolate comes out, how about if I dip the Buckeyes?
Sounds
Okay?
good to me.
You know what I like about her too? She doesn't, because basically all of this is pretty much
Same.
the same, because you have the butter and the sugar and the flour. So she says that you don't even have to be careful to, I
it
have to
doesn't
clean this
hurt.
off a little bit.
Yeah, it
Okay,
doesn't hurt.
Tell us now what's
Okay.
in this
This
that you're
here
making.
is basically just a chocolate chip cookie, but we added the mint chips instead of regular chocolate chips. You could do it with white chocolate nut dipped in white chocolate. You could use whatever.
Macadamia.
Yeah, make it. You could do. You'd be real creative. This is a nice recipe. You can do anything with it.
Okay, go ahead, do it.
Okay.
I'm going to check on the chocolate.
Okay, first we add our butter, which is 2 sticks of butter, and then we add our sugar, which is 3/4 cup of regular sugar and 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and then we add 2 eggs.
Would you say this chocolate's like ready?
Yeah, it looks
Getting there,
about
huh?
ready, yeah. And then we put a little bit of vanilla, about a teaspoon.
Now she uses the clear vanilla so it doesn't color up
Right.
what you added to, which
Yeah,
is
I like
nice.
it a lot better. And
Yeah,
then we
I'm going to swap places with you.
switch places.
You know, I love this time of the year in the kitchen, having people, having friends, having someone in and baking together. A lot of friends of mine, that's what we do. We bake together a lot because then you only have mess at one house and you have, if you make large enough quantities, and you can share, and you both have some delicious, different recipes than maybe you would make at home. If you got a friend to bake with.
Yeah, it makes it
Can I
fun. I
move
know
this
I
over
always
here
have a
for
good
you?
time at Christmas.
I know, even though you're.
We recruit everyone.
I know Judy that she was doing my hair. Let's see, when was it? I guess it was last Christmas. She's telling me, she's saying, "Yeah, I'm going to Patty's tonight. She's got orders everywhere, and we're going to go over and help her." And I
her
said,
and my Aunt Jan come over.
Yeah.
And, we had a good time.
"Did they really help, or did they make a mess?"
No, they really helped. They really did help. We had a good time.
Okay.
And I recruit my one neighbor, Penny.
Make sure, there you go.
Yeah. My one neighbor, Penny, comes over and she helps me all the time.
That's great.
And Susie, and it makes it fun. We have a good time.
Good. Now, this should be without lumps and bumps, huh? But that's okay. If I kept stirring, it would come down. But for time's sake, can I show you how we do this?
Yeah, use the cold ones.
Use the cold ones, okay?
Because then they dip better.
Now, do I just...
Yeah, you could use a fork or do them with...
Like that?
Yeah, that'll work. That'll
do I do it this way or do I do it this way?
No, that's good.
Like this? Okay.
That'll work. Sometimes you could use a spoon or...
to cover them more.
Yeah,
see,
or
you
a
probably
fork. Some people use a toothpick.
Oh,
but they slide off on me. I have trouble with the toothpicks.
You have to retrieve them, huh?
Right.
All right.
Okay.
And she's going to add the chocolate chips now. How long do these bake, Patti?
The mint chocolate thing? About 10, 12 minutes.
Okay, and about how many dozen?
Out of this recipe, you'll get about 5, maybe 6 dozen, depending how.
And you even add it with the chocolate chips in there, huh?
Oh, I do everything in my mixer. Everything.
Okay. Well, we'll be back in just a minute to finish up and show you all of the completed cookies. But we want to tell you how you can get the recipes, not just today's, but of the other weeks, all during this month of December. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Just go to ctvn.org/athome to get all the recipes from today's show for free. That's right, no subscriptions. They're available online at no cost, and more are being added each day. So join us at ctvn.org/athome to get today's recipes now.
Here we go with the cookies that Patti has made. These are the Buckeyes. Delicious little cookie. And this is the Russian torte. Now let me show you. When you bring that out of the oven, that's what it looks like. The meringue is browned, and you need to cut it immediately, right?
Because of the meringue, you have to cut it right away.
Because what happens if you don't?
It's too hard to cut, and it'll be all tore up.
And it sticks and all. So you cut it immediately, even when it's still warm, and then you have to let it come to room temperature, and then you put out on your serving part. And then this is our mint chocolate chip dips. And show us, we bake them for how long?
Bake them for about 12 to 15 minutes, depending on your ovens.
Do you let them cool then?
Yeah, you let them cool,
and then
you dip them into chocolate, the melted chocolate, same as you do your Buckeyes.
Just the one end?
Yeah, just dip the one end. Real simple.
Okay.
And just put them on a wax paper.
Now, is that
so they
milk
dry.
chocolate?
Yeah,
that's the milk
it's
chocolate.
The light. You could use dark. You could probably use anything you want to use.
Right. Or even white chocolate would be nice
white
too, something
chocolate.
different.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of a holiday-ish too. I'm thinking of like chocolate sprinkles, maybe those little.
Yeah, you can do. I've done it for different holidays. Put a little sprinkle, and it brightens them up a little.
I mean, just let yourself go. Imagination, go wild, you know. But let me tell you again that the Jordan Banana Company have fruit baskets and vegetable baskets, and please be sure to call them and put your order in as early as possible, because that's really, really important. I want to thank you, Patti. It's always a pleasure when you're here, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed holiday.
You too. Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you and Andy and the kids.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas to you, and be sure to join us next time because it's Christmas buffet. See you then.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Fresh produce provided by Jordan Banana, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Dravosburg, PA. Cookware provided by Woolies. Your favorite gourmet deserves the best for less from Woolly Balcony Cookware. Groceries provided by Foodland, where the answer is always yes. Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.